Now we are discussing broadcasting. What is broadcasting? We will discuss with one example. In this example, I am taking 4 food items. Each food item, I am taking 100 grams. So this is food item 1, food item 2, and food item 3, and food item 4. In first food item, which is consisting of 100 grams, in the 100 grams of first food item, we have 56 calories of carbohydrates and 1.2 calories of protein and 1.8 calories of fat. Similarly, in the second food item, there are no carbohydrates and 104 calories of protein and 135 calories of fat. Now I have the details of 4 food items. I want to know what is the percentage of carbohydrates in the first food item. For that, I have to calculate 56 because the carbohydrate calories 56 by total number of calories. The total number of calories of the first food item is 59. So the percentage is 56 by 59. Similarly, I want to know what is the percentage of protein in the first food item. So 1.2 by 59. Similarly, I want to know what is the fat percentage in the 100 grams of the first food item. So I am taking 1.8 by 59. So you remember here, we are dividing every element by the sum of the entire column. Similarly, when we want to know the second food item, carbohydrates percentage, protein percentage, fat percentage, we have to divide the each and every element with the sum of the total elements. Similarly, third food item and fourth food item. So for this, we have written a program and I am using the PyCharm to execute this. We have imported the NumPy library and I have imported all the functions in the NumPy library. So we are taking the values, the 56 and 0 and 4.4 and 68.0, all the first row values in one array and all the second row values in second array and all the third row values in the third array. Now this is a two-dimensional array because we are having 3 one-dimensional arrays, and in each one-dimensional array we are having 4 elements. So the shape of array A is 3 by 4, and we can also know this as a two-dimensional array by seeing the 2 square braces. I want to divide each and every element of this array by the sum of the first column. I want to divide the first column elements with the sum of the first column and the second column elements with the sum of the second column. Similarly, third column elements with the sum of the third column. When we use the term a dot sum, it will give the entire sum. Now I am executing. See here. So it is giving some 530. What is this 530? This is the sum of the all elements. But I don't want the sum of all elements. I want only the sum of the first column, sum of the second column elements, sum of the third column elements, and sum of fourth column elements. Is there any way? Yes, there is a way. If I write axis equal to 0, that will give the sum of all elements of the first column and the second column and third column and fourth column. So now in this B, there are 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first element is the sum of the elements of the first column. Second element is the sum of the elements of second column. And the third element is the sum of the elements of the third column. And fourth element is the sum of the elements of the fourth column. Now we are executing this. You can observe now. Sum of the elements of first column is 59. Sum of the elements of second column is 239. Sum of the elements of the third column is 155.4, and the sum of the elements of the fourth column is 76.9. When we use axis equal to 1, this will give the sum of the elements in row wise. So when I execute this, you can observe here. We are getting the sum of elements of the first row, that is 56, 0, 4.4, 68, that is 128. Sum of elements of second row and sum of elements of the third row. This is how we can use axis equal to 1 to get the sum of elements of rows, and we can use axis equal to 0. We get the elements of this array as the sum of elements of columns. Now we are using this column sum. Observe here, we are dividing this 56 with 59. So the percentage is 94. Similarly, we are dividing 1.2, 1.8 also with the 59 only. So similarly, we are dividing 0, 104, 135 with the 239 only. How this is happening? Because this is a 3 by 4 array, but this is a 1 by 4 array. How we are dividing 3 by 4 array with the 1 by 4 array? Because this 1 by 4 array, now it is dividing the first row, and this 1 by 4 array is dividing second row, and this 1 by 4 array is dividing the third row. The first row is 1 by 4, second row is 1 by 4, third row is 1 by 4. So we are dividing 1 by 4 with the 1 by 4. So there is no error. This concept 1 by 4 we are using to divide the 3 by 4 is called broadcasting. We will discuss further. When I am using a matrix, this may be a 4 by 1 matrix. When I am adding this 4 by 1 matrix with the 100, this 100 will be added to each and every value. So now this 100 is behaving like 400s in a matrix. So this is 4 by 1 matrix. Even though we have given a single 100, even though we have written a single 100, the compiler or interpreter what we are using, this is making this 100 to become 4 different hundreds. So what we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 by when it imported the NumPy library. So now when we add this 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, then 101, 102, 102, 103, 104 is the result. Similarly, we can divide, subtract it with the 100, and we can multiply it with the 100, and we can divide it with the 100. This is called as broadcasting. Now here we have taken a matrix 2 by 3, 2 rows and 3 columns. We can add another matrix which is 1 by 3. We can add a 2 by 3 matrix with the 1 by 3 matrix. How we can add? Because the matrices sizes are different, so error should come, but no error is coming. Why? Here again broadcasting is taking place. How? This 1 by 3 is again added. Now this matrix is 2 by 3 matrix. This 2 by 3 matrix is added to this 2 by 3 matrix. Or we can also say this 1 by 3 is added to first row, and second this 1 by 3 is added to the second row. This is how the result is summation of two matrices. Similarly, not only we can take a row wise elements, we can take a column wise elements. This time I am taking only single column. In this column, when I am adding a single column, this single column will be added to the first column, second column and third column. Now the second column and third column will be repeated with 100 and 200. The result is 101, 204. The summation of these two matrices takes place. Similarly, we can subtract, and similarly we can divide the two matrices. This is how we can perform the operations of one matrix with the another 1 by n matrix or m by 1 matrix by using the broadcasting principle. But remember, if we take 2 by n or if we take m by 2, it will not be applicable. So in order to make the broadcasting to be applicable, either the number of rows should be 1 or number of columns should be 1, and if the rows are 1, the columns should match with the number of columns of the first matrix. If the columns are 1, then the number of rows m should match with the number of rows of the first matrix. Then only the broadcasting is applicable. In the MATLAB or in Octave, whenever we want to use this kind of principle, we have to use BASX function. So when we use the single scalar 100, then also broadcasting will be applicable. Now we will practically observe how this broadcasting, what we have learned, is applicable. Now we have taken an array A and a matrix B. We have taken the same elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. We are trying to add 50 to each and every element of the array, and we are trying to add 50 to each and every element of the matrix. We check whether the addition is possible or not. Now I am executing this. Now you observe. Each and every element is added to the array and the result is 51, 52, 53, 54. Each and every element is added to the matrix and the result is 51, 52, 53, 54. Now we will check whether the remaining operations also possible or not. Now we are subtracting. The result is subtraction. Yes, subtraction is also possible. And we are now dividing. So now we are multiplying. Yes, multiplication is also possible. Now we are dividing. Division is also possible. This is how the broadcasting is working with a single scalar when we are taking. Now we check with the another matrix. Now we have taken array A. In this array, there are 3 rows and 4 columns. Matrix B. In this matrix B also we have 3 rows and 4 columns. Now we are trying to add an array which is having only 4 elements. Means it is having 1 row and 4 columns, and a matrix which is having 1 row and 4 columns. So can this matrix addition is possible, because we are trying to add 2 matrices. One matrix is 3 by 4 matrix and the second matrix is 1 by 4 matrix. Because we have already discussed the broadcasting concept, the number of columns in the 2 matrices are matching, and in the second matrix the number of rows are 1, because it is obeying the broadcasting principle. Now the addition should be possible. We are executing this program. Yes, addition. You can observe the addition. Now I am subtracting. This is the subtraction of 2 matrices. Now we are dividing the 2 matrices and 2 arrays. Division also possible. This is how broadcasting enhances our chances of multiplying one matrix with a scalar, or addition of a matrix with a scalar, or subtraction or a division of a matrix with a scalar. And we can add or subtract or divide 2 matrices even though the size of the 2 matrices are different. If the second matrix is having a single row and the columns of the second matrix are matching with the columns of the first matrix, then the broadcasting is possible. And similarly, if the rows of the second matrix is matching with the rows of the first matrix and the columns of the second matrix equal to 1, then also broadcasting is possible. This is how we use the broadcasting in the NumPy. This will be useful in our deep learning. So broadcasting, when we operate with the different matrices, whenever the 2 matrices addition, subtraction and division, this broadcasting we have to remember.